Soul plans and the way of Jnani. Everybody has a different soul plan. And I do soul plan readings. And I've done, I think, 30 or 40 readings in the last weeks and month. And I continue doing soul plan readings as a reflection of where are you going in life, what is coming, and I actually can feel what is coming in a person's life and what is not coming, specifically also in terms of spiritual growth. It's almost like I say the analogy would be somebody has a capacity like a battery, and I can feel what capacity the battery is at and what the maximum it can take. Kind of like that, I can feel that. And so most people's soul plan is not for full spiritual awakening. Full spiritual awakening would literally mean you become a Jnani, the all-knower, kind of like where you really realize the truth, and you're the knower of the truth. And so that's not in most people's soul plan. For me, it is there, but in a gradual process, in a process of self-inquiry, of rejection of that which is not the permanent, as it arises. And for some people it's in the soul plan, for others it can be very fast, like for Ramana it was very fast and very strong, for Eckhart Tolle it was very fast and very strong. But Eckhart seemed to have like a lot of things he said are not congruent with a Jnani. Some things which he says are not congruent with a Jnani. I think the Jnani is literally the one who sits in silence like Ramana. I think Ramana was the only true Jnani that is in popular culture known. Inside of India there are more saints known, or more Jnanis known probably, but outside of India it's mostly Ramana. So for me, that seems to be in soul plan, in one way or the other. But it seems it's like a gradual process rather than a quick process. And I'm ever more deep trusting the universe, that whatever happens is happening correctly, and I do everything by the subtle heart intuition that sometimes Mooji also talks about, which is the recognition that you have to do this now, it feels correct to do this now. For example, I fell in love with this yoga teacher and I told her how I feel yesterday at night, because I felt it is the time, the moment to say it, for whatever reason, for whatever outcome. The outcome is not as important as the heart intuition that something must be done or should be done at that very moment because it feels right in the heart. And I also noticed, because I was asked more than once, if I were to go lower in the chakras, there would be an opportunity for growth in some way, where I would then be able to also match with a partner, romantic partner. And I realized this is not something that I want. I want the partner, potentially. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to be okay with it as well. But I felt I wanted in the higher chakras the connection, and I don't want to go back into the lower chakras in that sense. Doesn't mean I don't experience the lower chakras, but I want a genuine partnership on this higher chakra level. And for that to happen, I must be ever more present and silent so that everything else can come up on its own. Because it's in literally, you have to see it like this. You are not moving around as a person. You're moving around as a soul who potentially is blocking, or most people are blocking, their soul plan, their soul. They're blocking the way they shine, let's say. And the moment you don't block how you shine as a soul, that's the moment that you can pick up other souls which are ready to be picked, in the sense like, okay, imagine everybody is on frequency 4, okay? Well, there's no difference between you and them in reality, but let's just play with this. So everybody is on frequency 4, and you suddenly are you're completely in your highest frequency in your soul plan with a frequency 11, let's say. Then, and you move about, what people are unconsciously perceiving without knowing is they notice, they feel that you're on 11. And some of them are going to stay at 11, but some are going to feel so attracted to this 11 that you're going to, just by sticking to your energy field, you're going to raise them to, let's say, 7 or 8. And if they feel like they want to be raised to 11, it could be that they have the same soul plan and that it's a potential partner. But that's not for you to decide. That will do the universe. Because, for example, you might give someone non-dual teaching or something, but it doesn't do anything with them because it's not supposed to happen in their soul plan. And the interesting thing about soul plans is that even though there is something like the spiritual awakening, the fact that it's not in everyone's soul plan to awaken already makes the soul plan as important as the spiritual awakening itself. It's like a box you've been put into that you can't come out, and it's very, very interesting. In Mooji's soul plan, it's very obvious that he's supposed to be a spiritual teacher. And for some people, they look at Mooji 2 or 3 times and then they close it and look for something else because it's not in their soul plan. And they're probably never going to return to that. It's interesting.